Hello and welcome to today's lesson. We are doing more with lesson 1-1. Today we are taking a decimal and changing it to a fraction. So your learning target is, I can change a decimal to a fraction. All right, in this first example, our directions are decimal to a fraction. If we can read this decimal correctly, not by saying 0.7, but reading the place value, this is 7/10. So 7/10 means that we are going to have 7/10. And then we always want to simplify this fraction, and nothing goes evenly into 7 or 10. So this is the answer, 7/10. Notice it's one place past the decimal. So one place past the decimal is tenths. If we go another place past the decimal, we are at hundredths. One more place past the decimal would be thousands. So you notice as we get past the decimal, tens is going to have 10, one place past the decimal. 100 is going to have 20, so that is two places past the decimal. And thousands, when we're 1, 2, 3 places past the decimal, we are going to have 3 zeros. All right, in our second problem, so a lot of times we just read this as 0.12 just for accuracy and just to make sure that kids are getting the right digits. But to read this correctly, it is going to be 12. And then look at we're 1, 2 places past the decimal, so that is hundredths. So hundredths would be 100 on the bottom, and then you keep that number 12 on top. Now we always want to simplify or reduce, and so we've got a 12 and a 100. So some of you are saying, well, that's even, so we can divide it by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Well, if we look, 6/50, that is still even, so we can divide by 2/2 again. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 50 divided by 2 is 25. So the simplified version is 3/25. Now, some of you maybe have realized right away here that we could have just divided by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 100 divided by 4 is 25. So whether you do it reduce in 2 steps or you do it in 1, you still are going to get the same answer of 3/25. All right, in this next sample problem, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3 places. So we have 825 over, and 1, 2, 3 places, that was the thousandths. So we have 825 over 1,000. Now those are some big numbers there, but if you look, we got 25, and I can think about quarters. So if you think about quarters, how many quarters would it take to make $8.25? So what we're doing here is dividing by 25 over 25, and I'm kind of just thinking of some money here. So $8.25, let's see, how many quarters would it take to make $1? Well, that's 1, and 2 quarters would, $2 would be 8 quarters. 3 is going to be 12, 4 is 16, 5, and so on. So if we're going to get $8, 8 times 4 is going to be 32, but we need that extra one to get to 25. So we're going to get 33. And now how many quarters would it take to make $10? So if we were at 32, and so we need to go plus 4 is 36, that would be $9, and another 4 quarters, so we're going to be at 40. So 33/40. And that is simplified. So the decimal 825 thousandths as a fraction is going to be 33/40. Well, not all numbers are decimals. Sometimes they end up being a 1.4. So if we're going to talk about 1.4, this is going to be a mixed number. So if we're going to have 1 and we've got our 4, now what place value is that? That is 10. Now 4 and 10 are both even, so I can divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5, and I still have my whole number in front. So I have 1 and 2/5. All right, so we have 3 and 56/100ths. So 3 as our whole number, and then our fraction, we have 56. Now this is over 1, 2 places. So 2 places, if you recall, 1, 2 places is the hundredths. So we have 100 on the bottom here. And now we need to simplify. So what number goes into both 56 and 100? Most kids are going to say 2/2. So 56 divided by 2 is 28. 100 divided by 2 is 50. Both of those are even numbers. So we're going to divide by 2/2 again. So 28 divided by 2 is 14. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. And don't forget this whole number in front. So at the very end, we have to have 3 and 14/25. So this would be our fraction. It is a mixed number, 3 and 14/25. All right, so that is the end here. So your assignment is going to be on page 12, 7, 8, 9, 25, and 27. So if you want to go ahead, take a piece of paper and hand it in via email, that would be great. Bye.